All right, let's just jump right in. You know, when we look up at the night sky, we see this incredible universe of light, right? Stars, galaxies, all that beautiful stuff. But what if I told you that's basically just the decoration? That the real story of our universe, the vast majority of it, is about the overwhelming, crushing emptiness in between all that light. Today, we're going on a journey to the absolute loneliest places in all of existence, the cosmic voids. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. It completely flips our whole perspective on its head. The default state of our universe isn't some star-filled sky. It's an ocean of the most profound darkness you can imagine. The galaxies we see, they're really just like foam on the waves of this immense, empty sea. And yeah, it seems like a simple question, but the answer is pretty mind-bending. Because these aren't just empty gaps. They are active, powerful forces that are literally shaping our universe. And they're going to be the ones that decide its ultimate fate.
Okay, so to really get our heads around this, we first need to understand the sheer mind-boggling scale and the actual nature of all this nothingness.
I want you to really think of these voids as bubbles, because they aren't static. This isn't just dead space. No, they grow, they drift around, and they even collide and merge with each other, constantly sculpting the cosmic landscape on a scale that is just, well, it's almost impossible to imagine. And that's how many we've found so far, over 8,000 of these voids, and even bigger ones we call supervoids. But here's the kicker. The more we look, the more we find. It seems like for every huge supercluster of galaxies we discover, there's an even more gigantic void lurking right next to it. You know, to truly feel the scale of this, we've got to take a trip. So let's do it. We're going to zoom away from Earth at completely impossible speeds and travel right to the edge of one of these great voids. You're going to want to strap in for this. So first, we pull back past our home, the Milky Way galaxy. That's 200 billion stars and a whole bunch of smaller dwarf galaxies, all swirling around in this majestic spiral. It feels enormous, right? But believe me, we are just getting started. Okay, now we're moving a million times faster than light, and our whole galaxy just shrinks to a little pinpoint of light. We're now seeing our local neighborhood, what we call the local group. It's this collection of over 50 galaxies, including us and Andromeda, all held together by this invisible gravitational scaffolding of dark matter. This is our little home pocket of the universe. Zooming out even faster, the entire local group becomes just one tiny part of the Virgo supercluster. And this is the large-scale structure of the universe in action. A colossal wall of over 2,000 galaxies stretching 100 million light-years across. It's a true city made of light. And right here, we stop. Because this is where the city ends. This is the cosmic cliff. Beyond this point lies the true, deep darkness. This is the local void. It's a gigantic empty bubble right next door to us, spanning 200 million light-years. To put that in perspective, if this void wasn't total darkness, if it was a bright object, it would fill up 40% of our entire night sky. We live right on the shore of an ocean of nothing. So what do you say we jump off that cliff? We're now traveling into one of the largest voids ever discovered, the Biot's supervoid, a cosmic desert 300 million light-years wide. Inside, the experience would be just total disorientation. You are surrounded by the most perfect, absolute blackness imaginable. There's no point of reference, there's no up or down, no sense of direction, not a single sign that the outside universe even exists. It's like an inescapable prison of silence and dark. But even here, it's not completely empty. You can find these faint, ghostly tendrils of dark matter stretching out into the black, kind of like cosmic lichen. And at the very tips of them, we find them, void galaxies. These tiny, lonely fireflies in an endless ocean of night. They're some of the absolute rarest and most isolated galaxies we know of. So, why is the universe like this? Why are these voids so incredibly empty? And why do all the galaxies seem to just stick to their edges? Well, the answer lies in some very, very weird physics. This is what astronomers call the cosmic web. It's the large-scale structure of, well, everything. See, galaxies aren't just spread out randomly. They're organized into these vast sheets and filaments, and they all surround these enormous, empty voids. It's kind of like a cosmic sponge, where all the matter is the sponge and the voids are the holes. It really all comes down to a cosmic tug of war. The massive galaxy clusters have so much gravity that they're always pulling everything inward, getting denser and denser. Voids, on the other hand, have almost no mass, so the gravity from all the clusters around them is constantly pulling what little stuff is inside of them out. Voids are always losing this gravitational war, getting emptier and emptier over billions of years. And there's one more mysterious force at play here: dark energy. You know, that unknown energy that's causing the entire universe to expand faster and faster? Inside those dense clusters, gravity easily overpowers it. But inside a void, there's so little gravity that dark energy just completely takes over. It's blowing these voids up like balloons, stretching the cosmic web and pushing everything further and further apart. And this brings us to the ultimate fate of the cosmos. Because these growing, expanding voids, they aren't just a feature of our universe, they are its future. But you know, there's a fascinating little twist. Because they are so incredibly isolated, these void galaxies age in slow motion. They form new stars very, very slowly and calmly. And that means they could become the final cradles of life, long, long after galaxies like our own have completely burned out. The last light in the universe will most likely be born inside one of these voids. This timeline basically shows the universe's final act. Right now, there's a kind of balance. But as dark energy keeps expanding the voids, they will merge and grow, eventually tearing the beautiful filaments of the cosmic web apart. The walls of galaxies will be ripped asunder until the entire observable universe is nothing more than one gigantic, cold, and utterly empty void. Which leaves us with a profound and, maybe a pretty unsettling final thought. We're starting from a universe that is just teeming with light and structure, and we are heading towards one of absolute, total emptiness. It seems the loneliest places in the universe aren't just its dominant feature, they are its final destiny.